maybe not so clearly. Is that when
you've been watching a live news conference from the Providence Public Safety Complex. The latest information on the search for the killer that killed 2 people at Brown University over the weekend and injured 9. Target 12 investigator Tim White joins us now in studio. We learned a lot of new information. We're going to show the pictures and the map, the scope of where the police department and investigators are going, Tim, to try to find the person they would like to talk to.
Yeah, look, I've been talking to investigators for days, and today the 2 words that come to my mind as I've been talking to them is frustration and fatigue. But what we also heard from the Attorney General is the word or the phrase, they are not discouraged. And we know that a mountain of video is coming to the 3rd floor of the Providence Police Department, and that is why we are seeing the expanded map of where they are looking for additional video. Notable, the last time, you're looking at it now, the last time they spotted the person of interest following the shooting is on Ives Street. That's that red line to the far right. That is east of the Barris and Holly building, and you can tell they are now moving downward and south towards Fox Point. This is important because I've said this previously. They are looking, of course, to find more video of him that might be more identifiable, but they really are looking to see if he gets into a motor vehicle, and that opens up an entirely new door of an investigation where they can tap into the flock camera systems in Providence and other communities, either through license plates or other identifiable information on that car. So that what I'm being told is they're looking to see if the person of interest parked down Ives or even over on Gano Street towards India Point Park. And so investigators have been combing that area to look for video to see if they can find that.
And we also today got an image of a different person that they investigators want to speak with, who they believe might have some information that could be useful to them. They're not identifying this person in any particular way, just saying they might have had some sort of an interaction with the person of interest that we've seen many, many photos and videos of now. This is the secondary person that investigators released these images of today. But the colonel was asked, what exactly was the interaction between these 2? What can you reveal? And he didn't really have much to say about that, except if you know who this is, we want to talk to them. Yeah, and we can't stress enough, I mean, we have the image labeled here. This is not the person of interest. This is not who they think is the suspected gunman in this case. This is someone that they think had some sort of interaction on the day of the shooting, prior to the shooting, and they're hoping this person will call in. And I can tell you both, the manpower to talk to all the different tips that are coming in, they have to go out and chase them down to our Attleboro and Plainville viewers. We were getting a lot of calls because there's police activity and people were worried, oh my goodness, does that mean the suspect is in our neighborhood? We heard them answer that in this news conference. No, that is the part of the investigation where maybe they're talking to a student or employee of Brown University, something like that, but it really speaks to just how on edge people are when they see police and the media, of course, trying to follow those leads in their neighborhood.
The colonel was asked about DNA. He also said today, for the first time we've heard him say this, we have acquired a lot of information and a lot of evidence.
Yes.
They're trying to link the DNA.
Particularly the DNA thing to keep in mind here is we've talked about the Barris and Holly building is a massive crime scene, particularly in that classroom where the shooting happened. There are shell casings there. And so there can be DNA that is left behind on the shell casings, or if any magazines from the firearm were left there, when the suspect places the bullets into the magazine, DNA may be left behind on that. We know they were able to rule out the person from that was taken in, detained in Coventry, and part of that they were able to rule out using DNA. So we know there is DNA evidence, it just didn't link that person down in Coventry, and so they let that person go.
All right, Tim White, thank you so much.